everybody. Here we are going to start it from the last class, what we have left out. We'll be starting about the part of Unit 2, which is also a primitive data type, which is complex. Some language support primitive data types of complex, like C99 or Fortran or Python. Each value consists of two values, that is float and part of imaginary, literally from a form of Python, as we have already seen this one. If I take this pen as a highlight, I'll just show you this part, 7, 3, J, where 7 is a real part and then other one is imaginary part. Okay, some languages support uh, these complex things, which are C99, Fortran, and Python. This is more important part of this one. Before I go to the next slide, numeration type, I need to discuss about digital digits, D-I-G-I-T, digits, or how it is stored. Basically, your digit format is stored in the form of BCD format. Okay, let me cut this one A and delete. BCD format, BCD, BCD format. Any digit, what all you are defining, it should be converted into BCD format and should be saved. Let's take an example. If I take 0, it should be 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, it's 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, it's 0, 0, 1, 2, or if I take 1, 2, it is 0, 0, 0, 1 and 0, 0, 1, 0. 12, it is stored like this. If I take 13, let's move on to here. 13, it's it 0, 0, 0, 1, and this is 0, 0, 1, 1. This is stored like this, BCD format. This we call it at BCD format. Okay. So any integer value which you take, or other decimal values which any decimal value you take, it is converted into BCD format and it is stored in this computer. And the more important thing is that we have discussed about complex. Complex is nothing but it is one with the real one, other one is imaginary, which we have discussed in our previous slides. Okay, as I told you, there is this one real part and imaginary. Now other part, enumeration type. What do you mean by this one? We call it this one as constant. We call this one as constant. All possible values which are named constant are provided in the definition. Yes, declaration, you see keyword, days of week, variable. This is how it is stored, and these are the values which are going to store it, which is an example which I have taken it. A design issue is an enumeration constant allow to appear more than one type of definition, or is it forced to go for an integer value or any other type which is been there? If I say this is an integer, are you forcing it? If I give any value other than integer, is it supporting that language? The basic criteria what we define is that we have to give a reserved word, keyword in them, and then we have to define whatever the values we have. Like here, days of week, when you calculate. Another one is operation, days is equal to Wednesday, which is given by day. What actually does it mean? We define a constant. What we are doing is that we are defining a constant allowed to appear more than one type of definition. And so how is the type of definition, means what are the design issues I'm telling it. The major issues here, what actually constant is, then how we are going to define it. Let me go through it. In PL languages, what we are going to do, we are going to see a topic. I'll explain you here. We are in PL, what we are going to see is that, I'll go up. Yes, in PL, what we are going to see, we are going to take anything like array or pointer or any data type, how it is defined, what are the problems, it faces, what are the problems it's face in different languages, plus how it is defined in different languages. How it is defined in different languages. So, for an example, if I take NM, how it is defined, we have seen what are the problems it is, what are the problems it's going to face, and how it is defined in different languages. If you see any data type, what we do it, we define how it is defined, what are the problems, and how it is defined in different languages. Sorry, what is this, what are the problems, and how it is defined in different languages. Any things what you take in any languages, or anything in programming languages, or any type, any things what you like, we have gone for ambiguous. We see what is ambiguous, and what are the problems you are going to face, and how it is defined in different languages. If you see other things, syntax, what is syntax, what are the problems in syntax, and how the syntax is defined, different languages define the syntax of it. This is the problem, what is this? Okay, now let's move on to this one. We go. So a possible value name as constant. What are the design issue what we have seen? Evaluation, how you evaluate in different languages. Enum is enum we take it as, let's take example, I'll write down enum, we take it as constant. Yes, we have taken as this one as constant. What are the design issue? Then how it is evaluated in different languages. In evaluation of this, it is readable. No need is readable means it is very readability. It is very reliable. Yes, computer can able to check its operation. Don't allow any other operation. Variable cannot be changed outside the defined range. Ada, C Sharp, and Java provides better support for this one. Other languages. So what we have seen is that we have seen what is this, what is, again I have to go, what is this, what problem is this, and how it is defined it, correct, how it is defined it, how it is evaluated in different languages. Now we have got subrange time. What do you mean by subrange? In between the values. If you take it this one as, I take it as in between values, in between values, in between values. In order to continuous subsequence of oral type. Example, we take this one as is a substring of integer. Ada also designed this type of this subtype. Sub day is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The syntax of Ada we have seen in syntax. And then how we are going to say weekdays range between Monday to Friday. Yes, it is a range. Subtypes, a range, integer in the range, same thing. And then we have got this one, day one is days, day two is a weekday. This is something different which we'll see in later on, but major part is here. What we are going to see is that substring is nothing but in between the values of this one. So what is substring? What is subsequence? What is subsequence? It's nothing but subsequence. Sub in range value, and this is how we are going to define it. Then in which language it is used. In one example we have taken is Ada, it defined like this, correct. Now let's move to how you evaluate, this. It is also readability, make it clear to the read. The variable subrange can store only certain range of values, and it is very reliable. Yes, it is very readable, it is very reliable. So what we have seen is what is subrange, how it is defined in one language, and how you evaluate. What is num, we have seen it, and what we have done it, what are the problems we have save it, and how it is evaluated in different language. What is a subrange, and we have taken an example of how you evaluate in different language. Other one, implementation. How you implement, type of implementations are integer. In one of the languages we take it as integer. Subrange type implemented as parent type. If this is integer, then it should be an integer. If something is character, we can define as character also. But if you are taking as enormous, then it should be an integer. But let's take an example. If I take a subrange as my character, any other, we are not talking about enormous, we are talking about any values of arrays which we are going to see in different languages. Then if we take that type as character in array, the subrange will change from so and so type. Now let's move on to other. This is what enormous and subrange. And in subrange, we have seen only for enormous one. Now let's take example. If I take this one as an array, which I am going to see in some other languages, coming slides, and array one, then I can able to explain you about this one. So what we have seen here is that we have seen enormous and what are the design issue and how we can able to implement it. Different types how we implement it. What do you mean by subrange and how it is evaluated, how it is implemented. Now we have seen what do you mean by array. Array is a same type of element. Individual element is identified by its position. Array is nothing but collection of same element. For this one, let's take a array. Array is nothing but same type of element. An example which is given and include int main number 1, none 2, 3, 4, 5. I haven't defined any array here, and number 1, 2, these are all number. Number 1 is 10. The print value. The print value of number 1 is whatever of the value I get it. Its number 1 is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. This is without an array, which an example which we have seen it. Now there is a syntax for it. Int number 1, this I have defined is int number 10, 20, 30. This is an syntax. I have taken it, and the various values 10 is stored at 0 because start with zeros. Remember, arrays start with 0. So 10 is stored at 0, 1, 20, 30, 40, 50. These are the school. Now we'll see one example for it, which we define as an array. Okay, int main, int number 10, then it can store 10 integers, and I value as defined as 0. Initialize the element of an array n to 0. While I less than 10, set the element number 1, first element I plus 100. So we are starting the element from 100. Okay. Then we are in a loop. So first element will be 100. The second element will be 101 because I is 0. So 0 plus 100 is 100. The second element is 1 plus 100 is 101. Third element, it goes till 109 because we are starting with 0. Now we are going to output the value. Why I is equal to 0, I less than 10. 0 less than 10, yes, printf the value of the first number is 100, the second number is 101, third number is 102, and the fourth number, so on. This is what a definition of array in a C language, or which basically you have gone through it. So individual element, it is a data type of same element, which can say we have seen an example. Now, how do you initialize? We have already seen it in different languages. How it is stored in different, how it is initialized in different language. In C and C#, Java, C++, int list 456 character, we have defined like this. Okay, in array of string in C++, Java initialized like this, correct? So we have defined, we have taken an example how array is been defined, how array is been initialized in other languages. Now other one is same part in C base we have seen is in ADA. This is the way it is. Array from 1 to 5 of integer. For a 1 is stored the 17th value, 3 is 34, others and 0. These are the values which use in ADA. Means how it is initialized in different languages. You can just give an example of 2 or 3. This one you can just give an example how it is initialized. What is an array we have seen, how it is initialized in different languages. Now this is what an array. Now heterogeneous. What do you mean by heterogeneous? In an element do not have the same type. Does array have that one? Heterogeneous array. Heterogeneous array is one which is the element supported by, which do not have the same type of data type. That is supported by Perl, Python, JavaScript and Ruby. These are the language which support heterogeneous arrays. Arrays, if you see in other languages, we say it's a same data type element, but in as we move forward, we say something about heterogeneous arrays also, which says that array is, it can hold different types of data type, which is supported by Perl, Python, JavaScript, and others. Correct. Now, array operation. What are the operation we see in on arrays? Provide most powerful processing of vectors multiplication. We have as arrays also, we have seen vectors multiplication, reverse columns, and other things. This is the basic things we have seen is allow assignment, but also sanitation, catenation. What do you mean by catenation? Of same type. Assignment, but also they should be of same type. Catenation. Python also assigned, but there are only reference changes. They are supporting reference changes. Ruby also provide catenation. Fortran provide elemental operation because they are between pair of arrays. That's not an issue. The elementals operation. The reason is the basic thing. What we are seeing is that array in C language or any a basic operation is matrix things, and what we have seen is also assignment and of same type means if you have an array of common binding, then we can see, because what we have seen here in our previous slide, some of the like Perl, Python, and JavaScript also go for heterogeneous arrays. So they, like Python, can have a reference changes. Yes, it can have a reference, but also support array because of different properties should be same. Members operation. Ruby also provide array catenation. These are the operation which goes on array. Then what are the issues of array? What are the issues which you have? What type of legal for subscript? What do you mean by subscript? Let's take an example. If you have an array of int a of 10 element, or like a int a of 10. So what should be a of 1, a of 2? This we call it as substring, correct? This is the whole array, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4. These are the elements of substring of an array. So what we are saying, what type are legal for substring? What types are legal for substrings? Are substring expression in element reference to changed range checked? Are there in the range check? Are range bound beyond the range bound? What does allocation, how does the allocation takes place? What are the maximum number of subscript when we give? Can array object be initialized? And can array support slides? These are the design issue which when we go for arrays. Basically, we deals with substring. Basically, it deals with substring. So what we have seen what do you mean by array? Yes, what is an array we have seen, how the arrays are initialized in different languages, what is heterogeneous arrays we have seen, what are the arrays operation goes on different language, and what are the array issues, array design issues in different anything what we have designed it. Now we are going for array different type of array. We have defined for, there are two types of array. We have gone for static and dynamic. What do you mean by an array created by compiler? Any array which cannot be changed during the runtime of a compiler, it's called it as a static array. A simple word, an array which is there which cannot be changed at the runtime, we call it as a static array. Dynamic memory, the array can be changed at the dynamic. Dynamic array are created using pointers, where we are seeing in our as we move forward, memory allocation like malloc, cloc, and rolloc. Where you are going to see in, you are going to data structure C++, where we are going to see all those things there. But we can say is dynamic memory alloc, dynamic array or dynamic. Sorry, this should be an array. This should be an array. Okay. Dynamic array allocation memory at a runtime. And this can be created with the help of malloc and cloc and realloc. These are the malloc. We don't normally go for the malloc. This is a part of an array. The static array is something which cannot be changed. Dynamic array can be changed at the runtime. And these are the same things. Now, substrate binding categories. Substrate binding array, as I told you, static. What do you mean by substrate range are statically? Yes. Then we have gone, if I go for dynamic, fixed substrate range, statically bound, but allocation is done at a declaration time. Declaration time means what happens is that when you have declared when you have declared any arrays, when you are going for dynamic, it should be in that range. Now, other one, stack dynamic. We have seen about push and pop, where we have seen the allocation is being done at the runtime, flexibility, and is there in that. And we are going to see about heap dynamic, where allocation and deallocation of memory is done based on the number of element you have enter on that one. It is a part of a tree which use allocation is done with the highest number of compare the element with the highest number, and it goes up. Basically, what we can say is that stack dynamic is a where allocation and deallocation is done by at the runtime. Fixed heap dynamic is also done. Allocation and deallocation is done at the runtime. These are the 2 points which we have to give. Static is an array which cannot be changed. Substring cannot be changed. Fixed static cannot be changed. The same way here also, stack dynamic can be changed at the runtime. Fixed dynamic can be changed. Fixed heap dynamic can be changed at the runtime. Substrate array category continues. C and C++ array that includes static modifier. C and C++ array without static modifier are a fixed stack that we have seen in our previous slides. Okay. Now let's move on to other one. Multi-dimension array. A multi-dimension array, dimensional array is a collection of one-dimensional array that can be represented in a form of a table. A real life example for multi-dimensional array will be total number of units sold every day, a week, month, or so. They are also known as rectangular array due to the fact that size that every row will all be the same. Rows and columns will be the same. Every row will always be the example is that new 2 in 2 by 3, that is it has 2 is the number of rows and 3 is the size of a, it should be column. Okay, and 2 is the number of rows, and 2 is the number of rows. Just 1 second, bear with me. We'll stop here. We'll start here. We were here. Example, multi-dimension array is a collection of one-dimension array and can represent in a form of tabular form. An example which is given by 2 or 3. Sorry, the mic was down, so I could not able to continue. 2 and 3, the number of rows are 2 and 3 is the size of it. The example which is given by this one. Okay, 2 and 3, 4, 4. Now let's move on to other one. We have got 2 common ways. Row major order by rows used by most of the languages. Yes, we use according to that one. Many of the languages use this. Column used by Fortran. Evaluation goes with the help of for columns. Compiler time description for new multi-dimension array is given by multi-dimension array. Element type, index type, number of dimensions. These are the things which we are going to see. So basically, multi-dimension array is something like that, which is a rectangular part which can hold rows and columns, and row wise goes from evaluation goes for major things. Column is only used in Fortran. Now we have got other part which is called jagged array. What do you mean by array? If you see multi-dimension array, we have got all the rows and columns should be same and a rectangular part. But if you see a jagged array where the size of an array can be different, the column size or row size can be different. This is what jagged rows is there, which says that string enters new string thing, like first new string is team C, Dennis, James, Audio, Lewis. Team Maths is Ramajan and Harley. New string team SC, Albert, Telsa, Newton. So if you see this string here, what I can say is that uh, every array, every row has a different things. The size of an other array can be different, correct? C and C sharp support this one. Photon ADA support a rectangular array, where C sharp also support jagged array. C, C++ and Java support jagged array. Photon, ADA, C support a rectangular array. Remember that one? These two support rectangular array. C sharp also support jagged array. So this is what jagged array is that. Then we have gone for slides. What do you mean by slides? A slide is something substructure of an array, nothing more than reference for mechanism. So let's take an example. If I have an array, if I have an array of, if I have, uh, if I have a rectangle of element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 by 3, 3 by 4 matrix. Now I just want to have this part for my operation. So this is called slides. I'm going for this slides, okay? Syntax, slides, begin and, from where it is going to start, begin, and from where it is going to end. Begin, the portion defines starting of index. If you haven't defined it, take it from 0, or index which part we have to end it. The example which I have shown it here is this one. Array, we have got an array 23, 56, 87, 32, 75, 13, and slides from 2. So truncate the first two parts and take that one. So what happened? 87, 32, 75, and document writing, these are different languages. In ADA it is written, we are not bothered about it. But what example we have taken is that only a small part of that we are taking that into consideration. This is called slides. Okay. Now we are going for associate array. What do you mean by associate array? Unordered collection of element. Unordered collection of element. Associate array is unordered collection of element, and they are referred with the help of a key. One is element is there, then other element can be user defined key must be stored. The key must be stored. We are going to see an example. Built-in type is there in Perls, Python, Ruby, and Lua. In Lua, they are supported by table. Design issue, what is the form of reference of an element? Is the static is dynamic or static? Associate array is nothing but unordered collection of element, unordered collection of data, we can say it. And it is supported by Python, Perls, Ruby, and Lua. Lua, it is supported in the form of a table. And more important thing is that what are the design issue? It is static or dynamic. Let's take an example and we'll see it. Look, here we have seen in an array key the value. This is the syntax what we have defined. This is the syntax, and the language, it is written in one of the languages. Language array EN is defined for English, for French, ES for Spanish, and this is what? This is my keyword. This is my keyword, and it is of different data types. Now example, if I have a print statement, definitely it will give me an array like this, Spanish or something. See this one, if I have got in the for loop, E is the key for the English or something like that, okay, French or something like that. So basic idea is that associate array is that unordered collection of data. You can see unordered collection of data. Most important thing, they are not in order, different sizes are there, plus we need the key to associate it. We need to have it, key. So associate array, if you say it, what is associate array? Associate array is something like that, unordered one, and we need to have a key to, we need to have a key for that one to allocate that one. This is a part of this one, associate array. Now let's move on to other. We will stop here, then we'll go for the records and other things in our next slides. Okay, thank you.